Hello, hello, hello. How are you? This is Patricia. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States, most specifically here in Alaska. And welcome. Very glad to have you. Happy 4th of July. Actually, I'm recording this on the 4th. But my grandmother's birthday used to be on the 4th, and my other grandmother's birthday was on the 5th. So aside from the fact that it's celebrating our country, it was also celebrating my grandparents, her grandmothers at any rate. So welcome. Today we are on, I believe it is the 4th in the series, using the Daisy Garden stamp set. I think I mentioned the very first video that we did that, you know, when I first looked at this, I was like, oh my goodness, you stamp it once and color it and you're done. Well, I haven't even colored it yet, and I've got the 6 cards that we are looking at. And like I said, I believe today is the 4th one. So we're going to look at that here in just a moment. But for the catalog, if you are watching this after April 2022, I do not know if the stamp set will still be here. Hopefully it will, because I absolutely love it. But it is one of those hidden gems. It is on page 106 in the current catalog, Daisy Garden 155079, and this is the stamp. Now, I had told you that I would show you some other ways to stamp this besides the Stamparatus that I have been showing you. So we've been using the Stamparatus, because it's a rubber stamp, taking the mat out and using that. And we've done that several times. So it's time to use some other form of stamping that, just in case you don't have the Stamparatus. So we have already done this card. We've got 2 of those. We have already done this card. We have 2 of those. I think on every one of them I have done thanks and happy birthday. But I think, and then we have done this one, thanks and happy birthday again. But I think today we are going to do this one. And I think we're going to do happy birthday. I just need some happy birthday cards. I really like this one. It is super simple. It is one sheet. You stamp the daisies, you stamp the happy birthday, and we're going to stamp a little bit on the inside because I really want to encourage you to stamp on the inside of your cards. And then we only have these 2 left to go in the series. Now, I say we only have these 2, but I have to tell you, there are so many cards I have made or have ideas for to make on this stamp set that I probably will do quite a number more. I have already cut several pieces for this, but truthfully, what you need, for more of the same card, but truthfully, what you need are the base, which is 4 1/4 by 11. In other words, it's half of an 8 1/2 by 11 sheet of paper, and we're going to score at 5 1/2, or better yet, we're just going to fold it, make sure our corners match up, and use our bone folder and score. Now I have a quarter of a sheet, essentially, of cardstock, basic white cardstock. So now I need to stamp this. And instead of using the Stamparatus that we have been using, we are going to go ahead and use the block. It's the largest block. And if you look at all the other blocks in the set, now you don't have to get all of them. You don't even have to get the case for them. But if you're like me, I'm a tour guide here in Alaska, and I travel a lot. And if I'm staying in a hotel, say, from 4 o'clock in the afternoon until 8 o'clock the next morning, The last thing I want to do is sit there with nothing to do but watch the TV. Not interested in that. So, I have the card or the blocks in here. Yes, I have them marked. To be honest, you don't have to. You'll even notice I had put with a permanent marker on here. But if you look on the side, I don't know if you can see that at all, but it does say which block it is. So I know that this is an H, and I know that this block is an F. Okay, F is in Frank. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is there. All right, so to do this, and we did this particular card in PEAR PIZZAZZ, and then we stamped the sentiment in Evening Evergreen. But I think, just to mix things up a little bit, I want to use, you could use just about anything. But I think I'm going to go ahead with Polished Pink. We've done a lot of, no I'm not. I changed my mind. I'm going to use Daffodil Delight. I mean, they're daisies, right? So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to give a good impression on my block, on my stamp. Put some good ink on there. I guess that's not a good impression yet. It's the ink. And then I'm going to take my piece. Now this piece is 3 7/8 by 4 1/4, and I want the 4 1/4 side going the long ways. Okay, so I'm going to place this on there. Now once I place it, I can't move it, so I'm going to put it on there. I'm going to hold it. I could press it now, but what I really want to do is bring just a scrap piece of paper over here. Just regular typing paper is fine. Place it on there and then give it a good press. Doesn't matter if it moves. What matters is that my cardstock underneath doesn't move. And I think it may have. So let's pull it up. I pressed on the edge. So, not a problem. You know what we're going to do? We're going to ink it up again. And then this time, I think, just to be safe, I will take a wet wipe, kind of dry wet wipe, and I'm just going to go along that edge to make sure that I don't press too hard on that. I love to make mistakes on camera because it gives me an opportunity to help you learn what to do and not make the mistake yourself. So I got a little bit off of that edge. I'm going to stamp again, but I'm not going to press as hard up there on that top. And then, you know what? All paper has a reverse side to it. And it's empty. So I'm going to place that on there. There we go. I'm going to bring my blank cardstock again, not cardstock, typing paper or computer paper, whatever you want to call it. Give it a good press. I was pressing with my fingers and I really shouldn't do that. I need to press with a larger surface, even your bone folder or something like that. Okay, let's hope I did a better job this time. Lift it up. How perfect is that? All right, let's close this. Sorry, that's my babies. Okay, then I could clean the whole stamp with the baby wipes, but truthfully, Dobie, that's enough, baby. I don't like to do that. I like to take my chamois and give it a good wipe. I may have to show you my little Dobie girl. Somebody asked me what kind of dogs I had the other day, so I may show you her in a few minutes when we get done. Okay, there we go. We have cleaned up our stamp. We now have our piece here. We've got our base, and this is what we're going to create. So, first, I am going to cut off my end piece, and I'm going to cut off 1 1/4 inches on the bottom of this. So I'm going to grab my, there we go, paper cutter, paper trimmer. Oh, I want to be sure I get the bottom end. Now, you know what? If I had made that mistake, say I had cut off the top and what I meant to do was the bottom, all I would have to do is put this here, my sentiment, and then my strip. You know, it's not a mistake if you can figure out a way to fix it, so to speak. So let's put this in there, 1 1/4. There we go. Whoop. I'm trying to just move that thing all over the place. Okay, there we go. I'm going to hold it still. I'm going to move my score piece out of the way and cut. Now, be sure you don't lose that. Put it aside. We're going to pull this out. Now, I do want to place these on there so that I know about where I want them. Okay, and then I'm also going to take my happy birthday and sort of put it between so that I can line things up. Make it look about like what I want. Make sure everything is nice and straight. The bottom one doesn't really matter because but I do need it for reference. So about there. Very good. Now what I want to do is I had my dimensionals. I'm going to put my dimensionals on here. Of course I've all lined it up, but what I'm going to do is put the base of it right there. Okay. There's the mistake side. We don't want that. Put my dimensionals on here. There we go. Peel the tops of those off. So the sticky side is revealed, or the second sticky side. Well, come on. There we go. Okay. Now, line it up. I haven't moved my bone folder, that is being my placeholder. Put it on there. Very nice. Touch everything down. Make sure it's all attached. Now, for my, oh, that's not going to work. We're going to use the same Daffodil Delight for my sentiment. Get some good ink on there. Because I'm not using my Stamparatus, I need to get this the first try. Now, truthfully, on this, I would prefer to use, because it is on my card base, I would prefer to use my Stamparatus. But look at that. I didn't even need to. It's very nicely done. Okay, pull this over. We're going to put our, where'd I put my dimensionals now? This is why I made this, because the dimensionals are supposed to go back there, and my seal is supposed to go there. Well, I put it there now. I usually put my glue dots in there, not my seal. But anyhow, if anybody wants to know how to make those, I can either show you if you'd like, or better yet, there are a lot of other demonstrators out there who have made those and done videos. But again, I'm happy to do it if you'd like me to. Just let me know. Very easy to do. Okay, put my dimensionals on there. Peel off the tops. Have you ever seen Brandy Cox take her backings off of the dimensionals? She does it both-handed. She's really good at it. Woo! Make sure I have it the right direction up. Oh dear, I hope I put those on the right side. Yeah, okay. All right, don't want to cover up birthday or happy birthday. I want to get the same distance or thereabouts. Put it on there and press it all down. Ta-da! How is that? Okay, now what I said is you need to be sure you stamp on the inside. Well, that works really well when I have it on here. So on my block instead of the Stamparatus. Now you could do the same on the Stamparatus, but I'm just gonna stamp up or ink up the top there and give it a good press. There we go. And now I have decorated the inside of my card. How cool is that? So, you may have noticed my Facebook page. If you search for Stampin' with Patricia, to buy products, buy products is StampinWithPatricia.stampinup.net. The host code for right now is ZXUCRU4D. Can't read my own writing. The blog is StampinWithPatriciablog.blogspot.com. If you need any information, if you need to get in touch with me, all of those are good ways to do that. If you would give me a thumbs up, I would so greatly appreciate it. Also, subscribe below. If you were here on the last one, you may have heard me. I couldn't even think of the word subscribe. Anyway, if you will subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that as well. And then also ring the bell beside the red subscribe button. If it's not red, that means you've already subscribed, which I truly appreciate. And but if you click that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then you will get notifications for when I publish new videos. I told you I'd show you my Dobie girl. Hold on, let me grab her. No. What did you do? Did you get caught? Okay, this is, oh, I can't move the camera. She says, Mama, I don't want to be on there. Oh, you can't see her. Oh, well, you're going to let Mama hold you? Yes, there's a Mama's baby girl. Yes, she is. She says, I don't want to be on that camera, Mama. Sorry about that. All right, thank you so much. Have a great weekend or whatever it is where you are. Thank you so much. Have a great one.